The best of ACS.
Adam Carolla. Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice but to get on mandate. You get it on. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for telling a friend. I cannot wait for this show to begin. I have so much to talk about. Good day, Gina Grad.
Good day to you.
Handball, Brian.
I got my own shit.
We went to Leno's last night to air Shelby American.
The Chick-fil-A party.
The Chick-fil-A party. Now, Leno's a very gracious man, and as per usual, we sat next to him on the set of the old Tonight Show, and he's a very sweet guy. He said, you turn into a great filmmaker. It's a great film. It's a great film. And he's really good. He also does a little mouth of babes. Like, if he doesn't like something, he'll go, well, could have changed a little. But he was very complimentary. He loved it, and he was sensational, and everything is great. But now,
how'd Bernard like it?
Bernard is one of these guys where I realize I think about Bernard all the time. Like, I'm watching him. He's working on his side hack. He's got his motor. I'm like, what do you got there, Bernard? He's like, it's a Yamaha. It's 1 liter. Makes 200 horsepower out of 1,000 cc's, naturally aspirated. And I go, what's the red line on that? About 1350, and he'll go, rev limiter 14,000. And he doesn't go yes or good guess or right there close. Or that. If the rev limiter is at 14,000, you would. I said, like, where do you shift? About 1350. And if the rev limiter was 14,000, you would shift at 1350.
He couldn't give you that.
Not going to give it to you. Just okay. I think he enjoyed it. He may have said good or something like that. You realize these guys are a few words, the guys who do the wrenching. But everyone loved it. But I tell you this, you don't hear me say this phrase often. You'll hear it from the ladies who lunch.
How was your day going? What's new in your world?
Tell me about that.
Yeah.
Well,
I have follow-up questions.
Now you can ask Matt. Ask Matt. I said to Matt, how's it going today?
What? Oh, my God.
He doesn't know I was talking to a security guy who was parked in my driveway, and I was walking past him as I had Matt on the phone, and Matt went, doing good. And I was like, okay.
A little twofer right there.
Yeah. So, the phrase you do not hear, I was humiliated. Humiliated. I had mud on my face.
Why for?
I rarely am humiliated.
Yeah, that's not your setting.
The reason I'm rarely humiliated is because I normally take care of things to the point where if it all falls apart, it's not really on me. I don't get humiliated by Mike's backpack falling out of the back of the trunk.
Your part. Yeah.
I was in the car while those guys were still packed. If I would feel horrible if I was the last guy in the car or something like that. Many versions of that in my life, but I'm rarely humiliated. I'm usually nauseated by why other people aren't humiliated, and I'll tell you a story about that. But, so, a lot of talk. I mean, I spent the entire afternoon talking Chick-fil-A. I may have dedicated, if you'd taken the 14-minute and the 9-minute conversations, you cobbled them together, you'd have about 3 hours of Chick-fil-A talk.
Sure.
I'd never eaten at Chick-fil-A. It all started when Jay sent the, hey, why don't you guys, I said, would you like some Chick-fil-A? I knew Jay loves Chick-fil-A. So I said, why don't we bring some Chick-fil-A? And he said, thank you. We got 5 guys in our crew. And I said, okay. And then Max Zapata and others, we all went on a Chick-fil-A vacay. And we started looking into it. And we said, cancel all work. I want to go online, find pictures of Jay Leno eating Chick-fil-A so we can find out what and then we're examining the picture. And there's pictures of him, which he didn't know about, but picture of him. And the guy's like zooming in on his Chick-fil-A going, I don't think that's a spicy. That's a regular. That's not supreme.
That's standard right there.
There's no lettuce or tomato on that. No cheese. So I'm like, okay, I think we know what Jay likes. We know what Jay likes. Now, then we're getting into what I want, and do we get the nuggets, and what about the fries? Me announcing I don't like the shape of the fries. I don't like the hashtag fries. Them announcing they're better than you thought. I owe everyone an apology. They are. I went to I didn't like the shape of the fry. I felt it unnecessary, but it was a good fry.
No.
But Lots of Chick-fil-A talk. And then I do what I always do, which is now it's not just Jay and his crew. We have our crew. August is coming.
Oh, Jesus.
He'll eat
Nate's
anything.
coming. And short Matt DeAndrea is coming. So, Gabe, we need to find out. First, I was with Fondelier, but Fondelier had a full plate, pardon the pun, of podcasting to do, and I had a full plate of podcasting to do yesterday. So, at some point when we're standing in front of the studio, about 1 p.m. or something, I said, Matt, let's figure out the Chick-fil-A thing. And he said, I'm doing this podcast and you're doing that podcast. And then he said, Gabe, you're going to be in charge of Chick-fil-A ordering online in advance. We'll pick it up. What do we do? Do we have it delivered here and then bring it with us?
Jeez.
No, it'll get too cold.
Yeah.
It'll get too cold.
Pick up the source.
We're going to pick it up on the way. There's a Chick-fil-A in Burbank, sort of on the way to Leno's shop. We'll time it perfectly.
What could go wrong?
You don't want the fries to get cold. You don't want it,
soggy.
but we'll time it right. We'll do it. Yeah, Matt will jump out of the car. We'll go grab it. We'll go on. So now I'm sitting around, and I'm like, all right. And we're going through all the different machinations of what the guys are at the shop, but we're going to get them the regular Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So you're effectively taking orders or ordering per person. Much like you hear a train coming through the tunnel, it gets louder and louder. I hear this voice in the back of my head getting louder. It's Adam Carolla's voice saying, if it's $1 item or $1.50 item, just get twice as many as you need.
Yes. Well, that is.
Get the party pack.
That is. And I actually won against my own advice that you just echoed to me. I
live by that advice now.
We're going. If it's
a $1 item,
yes,
just get twice
right.
as many.
So we are now. It's getting down to crunch time, and we've talked. I've never eaten at Chick-fil-A, so it's a lot of Chick-fil-A talks. A lot of we decide we'll get 5 standard Chick-fil-A sandwiches and 5 fries for his guys. He said he had 5 guys. They didn't ask for anything. I guess they just like the standard Chick-fil-A fare.
Yeah.
And everyone's getting their orders in. At some point, Max Pata chimes in and says, how about a chub pack of McNuggets? That couldn't hurt.
No.
Just add that.
Because those standard sandwiches, if you're hankering for Chick-fil-A, you can
Right.
crush 2 or 3 of those.
I said, add the 30-piece, and that we did.
Savvy.
And it's all went back and forth, and at a certain point, I looked at Gabe and I said, it's go time. Now it's time.
My God.
It's 20 minutes off. It's 20 minutes to 5. You order now. We'll roll in there. In about 15 minutes, we'll pick it up. It'll be a 5-minute jaunt to Leno's place.
You're Michael Corleone getting up from the Italian restaurant and going into the in the bathroom. It's
Perfect
go time.
timing.
This is it.
Where's the guy?
Gabe says, should we get some extra burgers or some extra things? And
Savvy
that's
thinking.
where I make a mistake. I think about it and I go, well, we have one for everyone, right? And he says, yes. And I said, let's just get what we got. We got one. Everyone knows what they got.
So
we
not
got
Jewish
it.
of you.
I should have gotten 3. I also hate waste, and I pictured 1, 2
Sitting.
just getting cold in there, or whatever. So I said, we've accounted for everyone. Everyone's got their order in. Let's just stay the course. Now squeeze the trigger on that order, and he did. And then at the exact same time, somebody flushed the toilet in the urinal, and it just started cascading over the top, and it was flooding. It was flooding, and it was like flooding. We're putting buckets under it, and it was just literally like flooding, like a sitcom. And I grabbed a screwdriver, was able to shut off the valve, and blah blah blah. And it all set us all back about 10 minutes. We're running a couple minutes late. It's raining outside. That's like 5 in the afternoon. It's a little trafficy and everything. We head out, pull in front of Chick-fil-A. Matt jumps out. By the time I turn the car around, he's got the big bag. He comes running back in. He dives in the back.
Perfect.
We go heading to Jay's. Now we're running off a little, about 10 minutes. At 5:14, the phone rings. I pick up. Hey, you still coming out? Oh, yeah, Jay, we're right around the corner. Like, at this point, we're turning down the street. I go, we'll be out front in less than a minute. Oh, okay, we'll see you then. He hangs up, and then I say to everyone in the car, he's not looking for me. He's looking for Chick-fil-A.
Sure.
He ordered this
between the
Chick-fil-A
lines.
2 days ago in his head, and he's
coming.
waiting.
Yep.
He wants that Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, the side of movie.
So we come rolling in there. It's all the usual gang. Jay's Jay, and he's great. And Matt sits the big bag down on his counter is a sort of kitchen in the middle. It's like, I think there's like they did one of those, I don't know, cooking shows or something somewhere at NBC or something. He literally just took the whole kitchen set.
Is that what he
just,
does?
like,
He acquires sets?
Put it in his, well, we're going to the Tonight Show set to watch a movie, right? So, sets it. And I ordered specifically like the deluxe with the Kobe Jack cheese or whatever, Kobe cheese on it. And Jay just pulls the first one out and he goes, there's a deluxe with the Kobe. And I go, oh yeah, it's mine. And he goes, all right. And then he pulls the next one out. He's like, is that deluxe with regular? And August's like, yeah, I ordered it. And there you go. And then he's like, next one out. He goes, that's a deluxe with the.
There's a Milton situation.
Hands it to Nate.
Birthday cake.
I'm dying to try Chick-fil-A. I've been talking about Chick-fil-A.
Pass it, Milton.
I've been talking Chick-fil-A for 4 hours now. I go to the counter. I pop that thing open. I get a couple of bites into it. I'm sitting there, and I hear Leno go, man, there's no more sandwiches? And I go, oh, no, we got all the sandwiches. And he's like, there's no more sandwiches. I go, what? I got mine. And then Nate's like, yeah, I got mine. And Mike's like, I got mine. Mm-hmm. And then Matt's like, I didn't order a sandwich. I got the nuggets. And he's like, hey, we got the nuggets. I'm like, well, hold on. That bag's got more sandwiches in it, though, right, Jay? And he's like, no, it's nothing else. His guys are standing there, and we're all eating.
Chowing down.
We're all like half into our thing, and people are going, you can have a bite of mine as that weird bridge of saliva comes off it. Like, want some of that? And he's like, and Jay's like, oh, what happened? I didn't get any sandwiches. I'm like, no, we made a mistake. They didn't hand it. There must have been a second bag. They didn't give us a second bag. We don't have the bag. You gotta go back to Chick-fil-A. They got a bag there. Maybe it was 2 bags and you grabbed 1 bag. And, I'm like, oh God. Okay. Oh, well, let's see. Oh, wait. How long's it going to take? What if we just ordered Grubhub, Chick-fil-A? That'd be an hour.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. And so I called Gabe and I was like, Gabe, what happened? 2 orders, or was there a second order? How many sandwiches did you order? He's like, 3. Mm-hmm.
3 sandwiches?
3 total? And he's like, yeah, but that's what you guys ordered.
That's not what
you ordered.
Guessing.
You ordered 3. I said, no, but what about Jay's crew? It's like, no, you guys just ordered the 3. I said, now, Matt had never, like, forwarded him. I thought Matt was connecting with him, like, here's who's in his crew. So Gabe didn't get the... Here's who's in Jay's crew. All he knew is we were bringing Chick-fil-A to Jay.
Well, then how did Jay's crew get anything?
They didn't get anything. Oh, they got some sloppy fry seconds.
Oh, okay.
And like a McNugget. They didn't get anything.
Got it.
So I was like on the phone with Gabe going, wait a minute, we left an order back at the whatever. And he's like, no, I just ordered 3 sandwiches.
Was Gabe only told to order 3?
Gabe was told our order with a confusing amount of Jay's guys, or we're going to Jay's shop. Gabe,
and the urinal fountain.
What's the take on this one?
It was a very chaotic afternoon of Chick-fil-A talk, shadow boxing, and I don't know, like bathrooms overflowing. It was a lot going on. It was at that moment too. It started raining hard. There was just mass chaos.
Oh,
It was
very barometric pressure through the fucking roof. You think you're going to get an order in a fast food with
that frizzy hair?
13 becomes 3.
Dallas rains chiming in. We're lucky to make it out in one piece. Yeah, you can't.
Who can read an email in this?
Yeah, this kind of precipitation. No. I never really factored in the barometric pressure, Gabe. You're right.
I was so
it was a moonless night. So visibility was low. There was a low cloud cover.
Sure.
You know what happened to John Kennedy?
Yes.
Same basic principle here, except for ordering from Chick-fil-A. It was a confluence.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't just the one thing.
We'll never get to the bottom of it.
We'll never know.
No.
But there's no one really at fault here. It's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, I mean, what with the shadow boxing and then the urinal.
I was so concerned about getting your order right and August's order right and Nate's order and everyone's order here that between the back and forth, it was not communicated to me that I needed to get a bunch of extra sandwiches.
Right, but there were 4 adult males on our side, right?
Well, DeAndrea got the grilled nuggets. He was trying to be keto.
Right. But between the four of us, there were 3 sandwiches. As we made our way to Leno's shop to eat with his crew, right?
Yeah.
Seems $13 worth of food seems a little light.
Seems light.
But where did you think we were going to eat the Chick-fil-A?
I knew you were going to the garage, but I didn't know there was going to be a ton of guys over there.
Did you know Jay was going to be there?
Well, yeah, we got the 30 nuggets.
Oh, you thought Jay ordered 30 nuggets?
Yeah.
Was that the way it was communicated to you?
That's from what I assumed it was everyone here
Wait,
and
not
Jay.
assumed. I'm just asking the way was it communicated that Jay's going to eat the nuggets and no sandwich?
I thought it was just going to be you guys and Jay.
All right, so you never heard any discussion about us going to watch with his crew or with Jay and his guys or his garage guys in the past or yesterday?
No, I was more concerned about your orders and then food for Jay.
Oh, you were concerned about food for Jay?
Yeah, that's why we got the 30 nuggets.
Well, nobody said the 30 nuggets were for Jay.
Oh, God.
The 30 nuggets just got added on. It's like a kind of a safety thing. You never did ask me what's Jay ordering, did you?
No.
Well, if you were concerned for us and for Jay.
Well, I mean, 30 nuggets is a lot. Like that
It's got a point.
It's true. 1 billion nuggets is a lot, but when a guy wants a sandwich, it doesn't matter how many nuggets there are. Jay was a sandwich guy, but so we at least can figure out that you knew Jay was on the list.
Yeah.
Okay, but you never said to me what's Jay having, or that'll be 4 of you. And no, that'll be 5 men, adult males, and 3 sandwiches.
And 30 nuggets.
Yeah, right, nuggets. But people like the Chick-fil-A sandwich for the most part. Okay, so you never got any message about the crew or anyone else. As far as you know, Jay just works alone in 700,000 square feet of warehouse. And he does every nut that is turned on that Duesenberg is done by Jay. I think you probably heard me talk about his crew a little bit, right?
I didn't know who was going to be there other than you guys and Jay, so we got the 30 extra.
Did you ask who's going to be there?
I didn't ask. There was a lot going on. And
what, with the rain?
The shadow boxing.
But maybe you figured it was only going to be Jay there alone in his warehouse to watch this film that we do with his crew once a year.
I didn't know you guys do it once a year, but I thought the 30 nuggets would be enough. And in my mind, it was, I don't want to buy extra food and have it waste. So I was like, I don't want to, spend this extra money if the food's not going to be eaten, if it's just going to be you guys and Jay.
I like where your head's at, but nobody ever said the nuggets were for Jay. No one said, you knew Jay was going to be there, right?
Yeah.
We went over the other, so there's 5 human beings, right?
Correct.
4 of them, we went over painstaking detail of what the order was.
Right. So when
the 5th, who happened to host the Tonight Show for 22 years, no discussion on what that person may be eating.
When I saw the 30 nuggets on the little Post-it, I was like, this has to be for Jay. Like, 30 nuggets is a lot.
It is reasonable to assume
you can feed a man with 30 nuggets.
Yeah, that one hungry man could eat the 30 nuggets. And we already established that who was getting the non-sandwich because keto?
Matt.
Dandruff.
So perhaps it's reasonable to assume.
No, one could make a meal out of 30 nuggets. But first off, we did a lot of talk about here's a picture of Jay, here's the sandwich he likes, does he like the spicy sandwich? Was there any nugget discussion as it pertained to Jay?
I mean, I don't know. He could like nuggets.
I think Jay does like nuggets, but
However,
who likes more?
We wouldn't know.
You know what everyone likes more?
Buns
The
and pickles.
goddamn sandwich. Now, ironically, your wish came true because Jay was forced to eat 26 nuggets while he was complaining the entire time. So, in fact, he did eat nothing but nuggets.
Gabe's wish.
And some mercy fries we threw at him.
Gabe thought it into existence. These 30 nuggets are for Jay.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
But I would say oftentimes when people are ordering for a group, they might just get a big chub pack of nuggets. I would say that
For the table.
if you had a group of people and someone said, toss on a 30-pack of nuggets, it's a much higher percentage that's
They'll be snacked
that's
upon.
family style
Right.
than one individual who's just going to eat a shit ton of nuggets.
True.
So that should have been read like this is just for everyone to have 3.5 nuggets, number one. But in the crew, acceptable, but probably should have said at some point, what is Jay's order since we're picking up Chick-fil-A to eat with Jay? And you never asked what's Jay or what is Jay's order, or when you got the Post-it that said 30 nuggets with no J name attached to it, could have probably asked at that point, is this Jay's order or shall we get more?
I figured it was on the Post-it for a reason. It's probably Jay's. I assumed it was Jay's order.
What reason? What reason?
Because you guys were
It was
doing
on
this
the
job.
Post-it for a reason. What does that mean?
That means you got to order it.
Okay.
But the extra 5 sandwiches were not on the Post-it.
Yeah. We're going there to feed Jay's crew with Chick-fil-A.
I didn't know it was his crew. I thought it was just Jay.
Okay. We're going there just to feed Jay. Did you ever take Jay's order?
Well, no, he's not here. I just did what was on the
I
Post-it.
know. I know, but
I mean, I didn't.
Jay's not here, but I'm here.
You're here, but I mean, I assumed it was for Jay. He could be a nugget guy. I don't know.
We didn't even have that on until the very end. Like Chris tacked that on late. We were leaving. Like we were wrapping it up.
True.
Okay, so you had 2 hours, or you had 3 hours of no Jay order.
Well, I try to approach.
All
it
right,
a
hold
couple
on a second.
times.
Let me just unpack. Obviously, the weather conditions are not helping what's going on out there. All right, so we have a 7-knot wind coming out of the southwest.
Gale force.
So that's an issue. All right, we got a lot of.
She's a good meteorologist.
See, we have the toilet overflowing as we're leaving.
Right,
We'd
that
already
was-
placed the order.
No, we were placing the order right at that moment
Okay, but we had the order written down.
on Post-it.
The toilet overflowing did not add to the order or subtract to the order.
It added chaos.
It added chaos. Well, how'd you get the order in at all?
I was running around trying to turn the water off.
All right. The order was set sometime in advance. You were aware of the order how long before you placed the order?
I knew there was going to be an order. I didn't know what the exact
What was
order
the how many hours?
Probably a couple, but when I
A
asked
couple
you for
hours? A
specifics,
couple hours?
couple hours, but
All right. And in that time, did you ever say, what do you think Jay Leno wants to eat?
well, we're doing shows. I didn't want to come in and ask you during the show, and I tried to corner you, and you said no Chick-fil-A talk until later. So
Right. Well, I don't look at it as a 2-hour slog. I look at it as we could cover our Chick-fil-A talk in 3 or 4 minutes. And then at the end, everyone got their order in. You knew Jay was going to be there.
100%.
I'm
yes.
working your argument. The crew thing's a little dubious because it would suggest that Jay's just alone in 70,000 square feet.
That's why he wants company.
But we're just going with that one. Lonely Jay
Starving
is there
Jay.
waiting for people to bring him Chick-fil-A. All right. He's alone in I've talked about his crew and Bernard and his guys and his thing, and we all watch it. I've walked it many, many, many times. But let's just put that aside for a second.
Lonely Jay is the worst rapper ever.
Lonely Jay is there waiting for his food. We now have signed off on the fact that there's 5 adults that shall be eating. Now, sadly, it was 10, but let's just say in your world, it's 5. I'll go along with you that. It still doesn't quite explain the why no, what does Jay want question or what's his order. Now, the McNuggets showed up at the very end. Long before we'd already locked in everyone's stuff, and then Max Zapata said, why not put in the 30-piece? So that still, the McNuggets, as much as you'd like to put it on that, it's like, I knew that was for Jay. It had nothing to do with Jay. Didn't say Jay's name, and you never said anything about what does Jay want before the Nuggets, yes?
It's true. So
But?
there was no name above the Nuggets, so that had to be for Jay.
Okay.
Okay.
Jay, I mean, look, sometimes I go to Chick-fil-A and I just get nuggets. I'm
Well,
a nugget
great
guy.
minds. Hey, Jay, you got company in the genius department. I got a bro over here that lives off McNuggets.
You a nugget man too?
You just assume. So, all right. Okay.
Thank God I
No
got the
discussion of what Jay's eating up until the very end. And the very end, it says 30, not Jay's name on it, just 30 nuggets. Everyone else, just 30 nuggets. And you assume that Jay's just going to eat an army helmet full of nuggets.
They're really small.
With no fries and no sides and nothing else. Just nuggets.
I mean, I could do 30 nuggets.
I'm not asking if it was the 4th of July and you were at Nathan's and there was a lot of money on the line.
And you're
if
super
you could
high.
do,
Kobayashi is on one side, Joey Chestnut's on the other.
I'm really just distilled it down to we've got rid of the part where we're eating with the crew and there's a group over there and we're eating Chick-fil-A with Jay's guys. I'm really distilling down to just Jay. The fact that you never said we got everyone's order but Jay's. And the McNuggets came in at the very end. So you can't play the I knew that was for him because that didn't show up until we were ready to go.
Look, Chick-fil-A has really good nuggets.
All right.
Jay could be a nugget guy. I'm a nugget guy.
You're resting heavily on the nugget part, except for the nugget part didn't come in until the very end. So you can't rest on the nugget part.
Chick-fil-A has a lot of good sauces.
Okay.
They're known
All
for their
right,
sauces.
all right. Go back and play video games. Jesus Christ. I was so humiliated.
Yeah, that's
I was
a
just
bad one.
standing there and I was like, no, Jay, we went online and found pictures of you eating Chick-fil-A. And he was like,
The forensic research
He's like,
that was done.
That makes it worse.
he's like, this picture's me and Chick-fil-A. I was like, yes, we got pictures. I examined the sandwich.
It's pretty good.
I examined the sandwich.
Did you send him like an
Best laid
apology
plans.
basket of Chick-fil-A the next day? That's what you should do today.
I should.
Nuggets.
All the nuggets he can eat.
100 nuggets show up.
And believe me, Jay's a nice guy, but he's a comedian. He can bust your chops pretty well. Like when we're like, well, you want to go see the movie now? And he's like, oh, I'm so full. I don't know if I can walk. I'm like, okay, Jay. Okay. I'm like, Jay, I promise you, I've spent 2 hours on this. I had no idea it was going to rain and that it was going to hurt the ordering process.
Is the Shelby Doc grilled or extra crispy?
Now, there was an email, and the email came from Jay, and Matt had the email, and there was a lot of action, and Matt didn't forward along the email. And when Matt said, I've handed it over to Gabe, thought that was part of what he handed over. But Gabe still had to know that a grand total of 3 sandwiches heading to Leno's shop to eat Chick-fil-A with Leno is not a little light in the sandwich department.
It's reasonable that Gabe could have assumed that nuggets were for Jay, but he should have double checked at least. Like, hey, this doesn't seem like a lot of food for what I assume would. I thought everyone knew you're going to feed the whole crew.
Well, not Gabe, although I'm not sure if Gabe is conveniently saying just Jay just to sort of cover his tracks because he's working hard on the Nugget Jay. But again, the Nugget Jay, Max Bada, you handed them that Nugget order. That was in the 11th hour, right?
Yeah, well, Gabe came up to you right before you left, or right before you put in the order. He goes, just 1 sandwich per person? Do you guys want to order anything else? Like, it just doesn't seem like that's enough, just in case somebody gets hungry after the sandwich.
Oh, and his 1 sandwich per person meant you 3,
guys.
or you 4.
Yeah, but to us, it sounded like, 1 sandwich per all 10 people that would be there. So that's why I said throw in the nuggets.
Right. But the point is the nuggets weren't for Jay until you threw in the nuggets then?
No, yeah.
All right. See, there's no nugget defense.
You gotta take the nuggets off the table.
There may be a Twinkie defense, but there's a nugget defense because he's going, I'm ordering now and still no Jay talk. Mm-hmm. And then Max Bassett throwing some nuggets, and he can't cling to that. I thought that was for Jay because no one said nuggets for Jay. And everyone was breaking everyone off into this person gets that and that person gets that. Anyway. I was humiliated. Yeah. I actually was.
Did you not go like, I'll send Nate or DeAndre out to get some more sandwiches for you guys?
It's a couple things. There's a few things to contend with. Jay is very, here we go. Like,
no stop start.
We were there. We ate for a total of like 23 minutes. And we're watching that movie. Like, I know Jay's moving all the time, number one. Number two, once Gabe let me know that there was no second bag waiting, it said Mr. Leno on it or whatever, I knew that in the rain, sending someone from his shop, the Chick-fil-A It's a ton of traffic. It's like 5:30. It's Hollywood Way. It's going to take 15 there, 15 back. Like
to wait
he
for the
wasn't.
food.
There was no eating before 45 minutes from now, and I knew Jay. And Jay also was going. Don't have the nugget. Don't worry about it. You know, he poo-pooed it immediately, and I knew it was going to kick us back an hour. Like never happened. But we ended up with the 30 nuggets. Jay ate 27 nuggets. So maybe he does love it. Maybe he was maybe he just got bit by the nug bug.
Yeah.
Like maybe he's now he's like woke up cold sweats last night.
Like
had
a
a
shark.
taste.
Middle of the night. I was on a nugget. His wife said, "Go back to sleep, Jen."
More nuggets.
I was dreaming about a nugget. You're starting to look like a nugget.
Just chewing on it.
Is it Chick-fil-A open at 4 a.m.? No, it's not. I can't wait till 8. I gotta get a nugget. Maybe we got it. Maybe we hooked him up good and proper.
First one's free.
So we threw nuggets his way, and everyone donated like 4 fries from our large fries. So he had a pile of fries.
Oh, God.
And a pile
That
of
is humiliating.
nuggets. But I was saying... And he was busting my job. And then there's his crew. His crew's all
Starting
standing there
crew.
just looking at me. And they're going like, "Oh, yeah, we're going to get something to eat on the way home anyway." And I'm like, "Oh, no, I know. No.
Now, just to pass a little more of the blame around, because there's going to be
wasn't
like
even here.
11 people or whatever it ends up being. Matt comes out with a bag. Yes, one bag.
That's a good
Did anyone
point.
go,
It's
that's kind of a little bag.
Thought of. They give you a big plastic bag. I mean, it is like
okay.
hamper size.
Like a shopping bag.
It looked like a big bag.
Okay.
I'm very aware of these things. I saw him coming out, and he had this big
Okay.
It was
bag.
size appropriate.
The Chick-fil-A has,
Like
I don't know if it's a
tote.
rainy day bag or it's like a
Probably.
plastic bag with like the handles built carved into it.
Could be.
But it's a big old bag.
Okay.
We got a picture. I think Nate's took a picture of the receipt.
We have a picture of the
Something.
receipt on one of the bags. Yeah.
But on just the bag.
Oh, God.
30
Now,
count.
here's what I want to say to Gabe, and I want to say to everybody in life, because you guys know this is all I do. There is the part where an email doesn't get pushed forward. There is the part where Matt D'Andrea threw a curve by ordering grilled nuggets and not a burger or not a sandwich. But the bigger picture is there's a bunch of adult males waiting at this shop, probably a group of people, and we're bringing Chick-fil-A to them to eat with them, and we have 3 sandwiches. And there's 4 of us climbing into my car. That's the bigger shot. And if you start thinking a little globally, you won't need the emails that fall through. This is basically, if I said, "Brian, we're going to Europe for 3 weeks."
Oh, lovely.
And then I said, "I'll pick you up." And you came running outside in a short sleeve shirt with just a fanny pack on.
Like you did for Phoenix.
I wouldn't go, "We're going to speed to LAX." I would stop and I would go, "We're going to Europe for 3 weeks." And you go, "I thought you said we're going to Catalina for the day." And I'd
For
go,
3 hours.
"No." And then, see, I would assess things. I would kind of look at,
No.
that's all you have in life. Because the part where the emails or I thought or he said or I didn't know what to post it, why it just said nuggets on. I didn't know. You will know everything if you sort of hover and assess.
Just see the 1,000-foot view, whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
there's minimum of 5 adult males and a maximum of 3 chicken sandwiches heading the rich guy's way.
It's okay to question that.
That's your stop with the fanny pack moment. Go, you do know we're going out of town for 3. Like now, maybe the answer is I got everything I need right here.
I shifted
Cup of
ahead of time.
chapstick.
But it should cause you to pump the brake and just go.
Ask the question.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Can I tell you that
humiliated.
I get it.
Oh my God! My wiring plus I had 4 hours worth of Chick-fil-A talk.
Yeah.
Plus, I was finishing
And
my
you're
burger.
eating it.
I was eating mine. I was like, "Hold on, Jay. Let me dress this."
Yeah.
Oh, I got some more dipping sauce.
Let me dab my
way
chin.
worse.
Yeah, Jay, could you get my sleeve rolled up for me? I got fries in one hand. I got it, but I do want to talk about this. What happened? And he's like, I was looking down at my burger. It's the moment of realization that's always the worst, because after you find out your car's stolen, you're going to, I got to call the insurance, you're going to whatever mode. It's the moment of realization.
cold sweat.
I'm just eating my stuff, and I just hear Jay go, there's no more sandwiches. And I'm like, I look up, like, but your first thought is like, your denial.
There's one in my
That can't
hand.
be.
There's more sandwiches. We got sandwiches. There must be another.
That's
You
the whole point.
didn't get to the sandwich. That's all there is. And I was like, it's like I was processing it. I felt like shit. Jay was nice about it, but he did bust my chops.
Good, as he should.
As he should.
There's a podcast I stumbled upon a couple weeks ago called Cautionary Tales.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting because the one I listened to was about fail-safes and how fail-safes are really just one more way for something to get screwed up. And they talked about the Oscars, with La La Land and Moonlight. They talked about 3 Mile Island and all these fail-safes, which is really just another way for something to go wrong. It was really interesting.
Yeah, and then I tried to. I also try to work a little of, okay, what could I could have done? I should have said, read me the whole order out loud. And that the problem is it was broken off into Jay's got 5 guys there. And I was like, all right, Matt. And I assumed that Matt had passed that along. So everything I talked about was for August and for other
this
Matt
crew.
and for Nate. Those guys were all taken care of. And I kept saying, they'll just get the one regular and then the things. It was like a done deal for me, but I still should have done it.
Was the bill paid online or was the bill paid in person?
Oh,
It's paid online.
if it was paid in person, good. Short Matt. If it come to $31 for 9 guys, Short Matt would have stopped right then and there and said like no.
Right.
He would have.
Something's wrong.
It was a perfect storm because it was paid online.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Matt DeAndrea was not here for any of this. He just showed up at the very end. He was just the one who sort of dispatched to run out and grab the bag. I didn't think know what was in it.
This may have been said, but I forgot. What information was given to Gabe by whom?
Given to Gabe was, we're going to eat Chick-fil-A
So ordering information. Yeah.
with Jay's guys or
Right.
Jay's crew, or we're going to Jay's shop to eat Chick-fil-A with his crew.
What-
The problem is Fondelier did not forward him the Jay's guys ordering info, and Gabe didn't say
we're only
what's
ordering
Jay
for-
want or who he only ordered for us, and he didn't stop and go, those guys didn't order anything. I'm backing out the nuggets because those showed up as you're walking out the door.
His question about 1 sandwich per person was a good question, but it was misleading because, 1 sandwich per person, 14
3
guys.
sandwiches.
If he said we have 3 sandwiches
exactly,
and that's
exactly.
all, and you got a bunch of dudes, I would have said something, but I did
Perfect
not.
storm.
Gabe, anything
Inside and out.
to add?
I want to say I'm sorry for not understanding the full situation. I should have asked if
Well, it was
anybody
pretty
else.
complex and evolving. What with the rain,
It was chaotic. You cannot deny it was
chaotic. No, there's no way, and we could not.
But I do want to ask you, how did you enjoy the Chick-fil-A?
I loved it, but it was with a heavy heart.
Yeah. You
It was
can't really enjoy it.
And a full belly.
Did you try
it
the
was sort-
sauces?
I did. I was so racked with guilt. It was like saying, you've never eaten human flesh before. What did you think? And I was like, well, it was actually better than I thought until I found out it was my son. And then it ruined it for me.
Less succulent that way.
Yes.
Tender.
But yes, I ordered right.
You got the
what I
spicy
wanted.
chicken deluxe.
I got
with
the
Colby
spicy
cheese.
chicken. I got it. It was good for me.
Cheese
perfectly.
on the chicken deluxe. That was good.
It was good. It was good for me. I never ordered one there. The dipping sauce was good. The fries were a pleasant surprise.
Chick-fil-A is good.
have good tortilla soup.
The problem is I went and sat with my sandwich and I left the fries over by Jay. And so Jay was surrounded by some fries and the nuggets, and I felt so bad walking up to him and grabbing fries. I'd walk up and grab one fry and
Yeah.
then walk back and sit
You gotta
down. I
leave the
felt weird
fries.
taking anything from him.
You addressed it, but why not send out DeAndrea or someone to get the food and come back half an hour in, and that's a half an hour of the movie? Oh, what a little bit surprised, a sandwich.
Maybe he doesn't want people eating on the
Yeah,
set.
Jay, it was because Jay really poo-pooed it.
Okay.
Jay was like,
Yeah.
and he didn't see it. He ate 26 nuggets at that point. Like, he had his weight in nuggets.
What
and
are
he was
these
like,
delightful things?
He just wanted to go sit down.
He was full of resentment.
Yeah. All right.